So dear students, welcome you all. In the last class, we have discussed in detail about the various comparisons between dry spinning and wet spinning, and before that we have discussed in detail about the solution spinning process. Okay, so just I'll give you brief about what we have discussed in the previous class before starting the today's session. So in the last class, we have discussed in brief about what is this solution spinning, what are the different features of the solution spinning, and what makes this solution spinning different from melt spinning process. And also we have discussed about what is this, what are the different classifications of solution spinning, and on what basis where dry spinning and wet spinning has been categorized, and what is dry spinning and what is wet spinning. And we have seen different comparisons of dry spinning and wet spinning, where we have discussed mainly on how the solvent removal is taking place both in dry spinning as well as wet spinning process. This is what we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, so today's class we are going to discuss about another classification, that is it's a combination of both dry spinning and wet spinning, which is nothing but dry jet wet spinning process, Okay, the main objective of today's session is to provide the knowledge on production of filaments through dry jet wet spinning process, and at the end of the presentation you will be able to understand how the production of high performance fibers, mainly this dry jet wet spinning is meant for production of high performance fibers through this dry jet wet spinning process. This is what the outcome you are going to get at the end of this presentation. Okay, so let us start discussing about this dry jet wet spinning process. Okay, if you look at this dry jet wet spinning process, where it's a combination of both wet spinning and dry spinning techniques for fiber formation. In the earlier classes, we have discussed about what is dry spinning and what is wet spinning. So what is dry spinning? Where here we are taking the polymer, we are dissolving the polymer in a solvent, and then we are pumping through this or forcing through the spinneret so that the continuous filaments are coming, and the solvent removal is taking place with the help of heated gases, where the temperature is higher than the boiling point of solvent we have used to prepare the solution. Okay, whereas in case of wet spinning process, what we are doing, so solvent preparation, everything is similar to that of, solution preparation is similar to that of dry spinning process. But what we are doing in wet spinning, where we are placing the entire this spinneret inside the coagulation bath. That means where the filaments are precipitated in the coagulation bath so that the solvent removal is taking place. That is called as wet spinning process. When it comes to dry jet wet spinning, so where it is a combination, that means here we can see the dry spinning as well as wet spinning. That means the spinneret, in case of dry spinning, the spinneret is not kept inside the coagulation bath. The same time in case of wet spinning, where there should be a coagulation bath. So both the things we can see in this dry jet wet spinning process. That's why it is said as it is a combination of dry spinning as well as wet spinning process. So here the spinneret is just kept outside surface of coagulation bath. Now you can see here clearly how this dry jet wet spinning process looks like. Now you can see this is the spinning dope, and this is the gearing pump, and this is the spinneret, and this is a coagulation bath, and these are the take-up rollers and all. Now you can see, do you think the spinneret is placed inside the coagulation bath? No here. So instead of that, what it is there? The spinneret is just placed above the coagulation bath, just above the coagulation bath by maintaining an air gap. So here this setup resembles the dry spinning, and the coagulation bath setup resembles the wet spinning. So that's why this is said to be a combination of dry spinning as well as wet spinning process. Understand? So this is what you need to understand clearly from this diagram. So where the spinneret is just placed above the coagulation bath. Here this is a coagulation bath. and what are the filaments that are coming out from the spinneret is just subjecting in the outside environment. That means where it is subjected to heated gases. So here some part of solvent removal is taking place, and when it comes to this coagulation bath, some part of solvent which is there in the filaments are taken away. That has been removed. Understand? So in this case, okay, so whatever the gap which is there between the spinneret and the coagulation bath surface, which is called as air gap, which we have seen in the last slide, so which varies with the type of polymer technology being used. So what is that polymer technology that has been used? Based on that, the air gap technology, that is the air gap distance, that is varies. Now in acrylic spinning, for example, if you want to produce this acrylic filaments through this dry jet wet spinning, this gap may be small as few millimeters, that may be 2 to 3 mm, while in case of lyocell spinning it may be up to several centimeters. So it is depending upon the type of polymer and technology being used to make the particular filament. Now you can see clearly, so which again I am explaining you, this is the wet spinning process. This is the wet spinning technology. You can see here the spinneret is kept inside the coagulation bath. And whereas in case of dry jet wet spinning, now you can see the spinneret is not placed inside the coagulation bath. Instead of that, it's just placed above the coagulation bath. So if you observe these two diagrams carefully, you can easily understand the difference between what is wet spinning technology and what is dry jet wet spinning technology, and how it has been differentiated. Okay. Now, so coming to this polymer. First, whatever the polymer we are taking is dissolved in an appropriate solvent to make the fiber solution. This is what we have discussed even from past 2 classes. So where in the process of preparing the polymer solution, where we have to take the suitable solvent and then we have to dissolve the polymer in that solvent. And this solution is then extruded under heat and pressure into an air gap before it enters into coagulation bath. Understand? So the produced fiber is then washed, dried before it is heated, treated and then drawn. Understand? And this is an alternative method to wet spinning process and is required as spinning directly in the bath. So this is an alternative method to wet spinning and is required as spinning directly in the bath. Understand? Now for some fibers it creates micro voids that negatively affect the fiber properties. What do you mean by micro voids? That means small gaps which is in the filament structure that will drastically affect the filament properties or fiber properties, like the tensile modulus and all. And this is due to the solvent being drawn out of the liquid too quickly. Okay. And an inert atmosphere may be required to prevent oxidation in some polymers. So if so, the fibers are extruded into a nitrogen environment in order to prevent the oxidation and all in some polymers. So if so, the fibers are extruded in nitrogen atmosphere so that the filament or fiber properties will not get affected. Understand? Now this small difference, what is that small difference? The arrangement of spinneret just above the coagulation bath brings about the significant differences in spinning performance and the ultimate structure of the fibers. And whatever the performance of spinning technology and then the performance in terms of production or in terms of speeds, in terms of high draw ratios, and which ultimately affect the structure of the fiber. That means we can improve the performance of the final filaments. Understand? The dry jet wet spinning imbibes the benefits of both dry spinning and wet spinning. That's why in the beginning itself we discussed dry jet wet spinning is most widely used to produce high performance filaments. That means the properties of filaments are going to be extraordinary compared to dry spinning and then wet spinning process. Now you can see here the entire setup of dry jet wet spinning process in clearly. you can see, so this is the nitrogen gas, that is nitrogen atmosphere we are maintaining, and this is the solution, that is polymer solution, and you can see the spinnerets, so through which the filaments are coming out. So where it is not, the spinneret is not kept inside the coagulation bath, instead we are maintaining certain air gap. And now you can see here there is a quenching air blower to remove the solvent which is there in a filaments which is coming out from the spinneret. Then all the filaments are taken to this coagulation bath. Through the guide roller it has been taken out, and then it is winding onto a roller. This is how the dry jet bed spinning process functions. Okay, and it is still sufficient to bring about the changes on the surface of extruded filament. That means whatever the air gap distance we are maintaining, that whatever it may be, whether it is a few millimeters or up to few centimeters, so whatever it may be, this air gap makes lot of changes in the extruded filaments. And it is hypothesized that in PAN spinning, that is polyacrylonitrile or acrylic fiber production, a kind of dense cuticle, probably hydrophobic in nature, is formed on the extruded fibers as they pass through the air gap. That means, for example, if you are producing the acrylic fibers through wet spinning process, so filaments are producing, spinneret is kept inside the coagulation bath, so filaments are directly subjected to the coagulation chemicals. So here what it is happening, where the filaments are initially subjected to certain air gap, there it is getting subjected to heated gases, so which makes the fibers so probably hydrophobic, that is most hydrophobic, that is maximum orientation, maximum things which are taking place at this air gap distance. So thus it in turn changes the diffusion dynamics of solvent and non-solvent during coagulation of the fibers. Understand? Now you can see some of the benefits of this dry jet wet spinning process. So one is high speed of spinning. Now if you see this wet spinning process, as we already discussed, we cannot go beyond 300, maybe recent advancements we can go up to 1000, but whatever the versions, earlier versions are there, we can go up to 300 meters per minute. But here we can go more than 1000 or 2000 meters per minute also. And then here you can see the dry jet wet spinning technique, high concentration of dope. So we can maintain the dope concentration, which is nothing but polymer solution concentration we can maintain. That is the concentration we can maintain at high level, so that whatever the filaments we are getting, where it is having good properties, and high degree of jet stretch ratios. That means we can go for higher draw ratios so that we can improve the performance of the filaments. And then control of coagulation kinetics by monitoring coagulation bath parameters. We can easily monitor the coagulation bath parameters like concentration of chemicals to be taken in the coagulation bath, and kind of chemicals need to be selected, and depends upon all these things we can maintain the bath kinetics. And then whatever the benefits are there from A to C, these are all derived because of the use of dry jet and air gap. Dry jet and air gap. Understand? That means the spinneret, it is placed just above the coagulation bath. So otherwise we may not get these benefits. And whatever this benefit D is there, which is derived from the use of wet coagulation. That is just like wet spinning process. So these are all the benefits of dry jet wet spinning process. Okay. Overall, if you see, where one is the high speed of spinning, high concentration of dope we can maintain, and high jet stretch ratios. These three benefits we are getting, that is because of the dry jet and air gap we are maintaining in this dry jet wet spinning process. Whereas in case of the coagulation kinetics monitoring, that has been carried out, and that has been controlled mainly because of this wet coagulation which we are using in this wet spinning process. Okay. Discuss how these polyacrylonitrile fibers, that is nothing but acrylic fibers, are produced through this dry jet wet spinning process. So now you can see the entire line of producing this that is acrylic fibers through this dry jet wet spinning process. Now you can see here where the preparation of polymer solution we are doing. We are taking here, and then the spinneret, the filaments are coming out, and then it has taken to first coagulation bath and second coagulation bath to get maximum precipitation of solvent from the filaments, and then it has taken out through first set of rollers, that is guide rollers, then drawing bath. Okay, drawing is taking place, then second set of rollers, and then heating we are doing to get dimensional stability, and then take up rollers. So here you can see whatever the gap which is there between spinneret, that is spinneret, and then coagulation bath, which is about approximately 20 to 30 mm, that is nothing but 2 to 3 centimeters we are maintaining. And also you can see two coagulation baths we are using in order to get the complete precipitation of solvent from the filaments. And also you can see the combination of chemicals also we are taking, like the proportion DMAC, dimethyl acetate, and then water. The proportion is here 60:40, and here it is 10:90. So all these things we are maintaining to get required properties in the filaments. Understand? Now if you look at the important thing, molecular orientations during dry jet wet spinning process. That is how the molecules are oriented in this dry jet wet spinning. So which makes the filaments which are produced through the spinning is high performance when compared to dry spinning as well as wet spinning process. Now you can see a clear cut image of the molecules orientation during the process of making filaments. Now you can see here where from the spinneret the filaments are coming out. So inside you can see all the molecules are, that is liquid crystal domains. And once it has been come out from the spinneret, now you can clearly see there is a air gap. So what we are doing here, so where it is happening partial coagulation, where it is subjected to partial coagulation. That means what we are doing here, we are passing heated gases. That is what we are doing in dry spinning. The same sort of thing we are also doing here. So partial coagulation is taking place. That means some part of solvent may be removed. And here you can, the next image you can see how the orientation is taking place. And then once the air gap is over, then you can see this is the coagulation bath. So once it has taken into this coagulation bath, now you can see here how the orientation of molecules that are taken place in this dry jet wet spinning process. So this makes, So this entire orientation which is resulting in this dry jet wet spinning process in case of whatever the filaments we are producing, which makes it high performance, So once again I will explain you the molecular orientation, how it is taking place in this filaments we are producing in this dry jet wet spinning process. Here, so in order to understand this, you have to understand what is the dry jet wet spinning, and you have to understand the concept of dry jet wet spinning, where we have a spinneret, and we are maintaining an air gap, where with the help of heated gases we are removing some part of solvent from the filaments. Then we have this coagulation bath. So in each and every stage, spinneret, air gap, and then coagulation bath. In each and every stage, there is a change in molecular orientation in case of the filaments. In the next image, that is side of this, you can see the image. So in case of that is spinneret, now you can see how the molecules are all oriented. So now when it comes to air gap, now you can see how the molecules inside the filaments are trying to orient. And when it comes to coagulation bath, now you can see how orderly the molecules are oriented. So from the beginning of spinneret, how the molecules and all oriented, and in case of coagulation bath, how the molecules are oriented. Here we have the random arrangement of molecules or irregular arrangement of molecules. Now you can see here orderly arrangement of molecules in a filament structure, which makes it uncomparable with dry spinning as well as wet spinning process. Okay, so this is all for this class. So if you have any queries, you can ask me. Okay, so thank you all. So before winding up this session, so I like to brief out what we have discussed till now. So we have discussed in detail about what is this dry jet wet spinning process, in what way this dry jet wet spinning is different from dry spinning as well as wet spinning process, and what makes this dry jet wet spinning filaments are highly performant when compared to wet spinning and then dry spinning process. Okay, so in the next class we'll be discussing about this melt spinning process and how the filaments are produced through this melt spinning process. Thank you all.